Remember when he tried to get me fired?
Yeah, I do recall that.
Yeah,
he was screaming,
Cole.
right? He was whining, crying.
Yeah, we had an RV busted down outside of MetLife.
That's right.
And Michael Cole's in there babying a baba. Hey, you know what he sounded like? A crybaby.
Yeah.
Speaking of.
Whoa.
Ladies and gentlemen, joining us now is the People's Champion. The 2023 and 2024 Royal Rumble winner, the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. There's been Yesomania. There's been WrestleZania. It does feel like this is the American Nightmare's WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Cody, I was born in 1987. Okay. I grew up in the Attitude Era, and boy, did I love everything about it.
Oh, yeah.
Triple H and Shawn Michaels were coming out and saying, "We got 2 words for you." And then you had a bald-headed Texas rattlesnake that would come out and say, "Give me a hell yeah."
Right.
And then there was a man who would walk out in front of millions of his own fans and cut promos that were better than anything I'd ever heard in my entire life on a microphone. There's a lot of us from that era.
Not true.
That's not true.
Not true.
That's not true.
I don't know.
No, Cody.
Whoa. Inciting violence.
For those that don't know, Cody and The Rock have exchanged slaps in the mouth to each other, but I will say this, and also you've gotten whipped with a belt and thrown off your own bus, which I can't wait to ask about in a second, but there was a lot of us from the Attitude Era that heard The Rock was coming back, and we heard The Rock was taking on the greatest of all time, Roman Reigns, in the main event of WrestleMania, and we got jacked up. We got zeked up. But I think what everybody says in every arena that we travel to is Cody Rhodes has earned this main event against Roman Reigns.
Amen.
And if it was not Cody Rhodes, it would be absolute bullshit. Cody, from your standpoint, has this all gone the best way possible, worst way possible, or how do you think you would describe this road to this main event back-to-back nights to WrestleMania from your perspective?
The road to WrestleMania for me.
The roads to WrestleMania. That's what it is. There it is. We just found it.
I'm coming in a little bit hot, and here's why. The roads to WrestleMania, it's been tumultuous. Everybody's seen the matches that I've had, going back-to-back, winning the Royal Rumble once again. Thank you for that stat, Pat.
No
it
problem.
was all gearing towards getting back, and me and Mr. Cole here talked all about it. We want to get back. Last year, Roman Reigns screwed me out of the biggest moment of my life. Getting to WrestleMania 40. Yeah, right?
Indeed.
But here's where I'm coming in hot. This is where my mindset is. Just a little news for everyone who didn't hear already. Last night, Michael knows this, 1 a.m., laying in bed. It's the first time I'm going to get a little sleep before we get into this big event that is WrestleMania. All of a sudden, loud bang at the side of my bus. Thought it was a gunshot. terrified, clammed up. Next thing I know, my bus driver yells, "We got to get off this bus, it's on fire."
What?
What?
So my bus, it didn't burn to a crisp, but it was up in a big fireball for a moment. And the reason I share this story is I'm here this morning, non-flinching, and I grabbed 2 things off my bus when I thought, this is it. This is the end. I grabbed 2 things. I grabbed a picture of my daughter and a picture of my wife, and then I grabbed my WrestleMania boots. There ain't nobody here who is more ready for WrestleMania than me.
Well, did everything else burn? Like, are we going to see the pants and the jacket and everything?
Here's the only thing. The suits that I wear will all be... You'll know. There's a smell off of them.
Okay.
There's a smell. We got a lot of stuff out of there, and it all worked out. Thankful, by the way, we got anybody from the Philadelphia Fire Department here today?
Thank you, Philly FD.
Thank you, guys. Much love.
Hey, that's a true story, though. Shoot right there.
It happened last night. And I was thinking I was coming on here hot already because this show, again, we've discussed it, seems a little...
biased.
Biased.
So biased. Sorry about it. Look at this. But finally you're going to get a level playing field today on this show.
Michael Cole, how pumped are you?
They don't know.
That's why we didn't want him to hear any of the show. That's why we didn't want him to hear any of the show. We kept the speakers down. But Cole, I know you've known Cody for a long, long time. But you've been openly on the mic on Raw, just completely biased against the bloodline in favor of Cody. And why is that? And why do you think there is such a disagreement potentially, Cole, on like, we want Rocky versus the hashtag we want Cody, which trended for like 72 hours immediately upon the news?
Well, first off, when I got a text message at 2:40 a.m. this morning that he had a fire in his bus, I was a bit concerned, but...
Happy you're okay, Cody.
Man.
That's scary. You're sitting duck there.
It was a scary moment.
Was that the universe telling you maybe, hey, let's get out of this weekend? Let's not dance with the bloodline. Let's not stare the final boss down. Let's not go into Sunday with bloodline rules.
I think it's the opposite. I think the universe was saying, hey, we're going to set your bus on fire and you're still going to go in and wipe the floor with the bloodline on Saturday. You're still going to do it.
That's good mindset. That's good mindset. That's really good.
I think it also has to do with the fact that Roman Reigns come on this program last week and called me a dick rider.
Whoa!
No!
Did he?
Richard Kreider.
Yes.
Richard Kreider.
Was he?
Richard Kreider.
No, he didn't say dick rider.
Richard Kreider.
Was he that's what it was.
Yes, that's what he said. That's what he said in there.
Nonetheless, listen, I've known Cody, known his family for a long, long time, and Cody's earned this opportunity. Cody was a part of one of the first internet shows at WWE called the JBL and Cole Show.
Yeah.
Cody was a big contributor to that. And that was a really rough time in his career. He was playing this character known as Stardust. He didn't know whether he was coming or going. He never knew if he was going to make it in this business. He never knew if he was going to make his dad the American dream. Wow. Still got it. Proud.
That was bullshit. I didn't like that. I didn't like that. What's going on? Had to do that.
Cody went away, created an unbelievable opportunity for himself, forced his way back into this company where we had to have him, went out and won back-to-back Royal Rumbles, and then The Rock.
It's not easy.
What does The Rock do? The business gets hot again. Rock decides he wants to be a part of it.
Whoa, Cole.
He pushes his way in through the door.
Cole.
He decides to take the spot of my man Cody Rhodes in the main event at WrestleMania because
that is nonsense.
Because
That's not
he
true.
is on the board, that he is the final boss, that he is allowed to do this. Cody Rhodes heard all of these people that were chanting, "We want Cody." Cody Rhodes decided in Las Vegas, and Pat, you and I were there.
Yeah.
Cody Rhodes walked out on stage and said, this ain't happening. I won the Royal Rumble. Damn it, I'm taking my spot at WrestleMania.
Jeez. What a mark. Some lies in there.
Chills there.
There were no lies in there, by the way.
Well, I'm not.
for those saying we want Cody, as silly as it sounds, it's so nice to hear it because I have wanted you guys my entire career, and this is the right time to do it. So thank you guys very much.
Yeah. And by the way, this is a fact. The last time Roman Reigns had a match was at the Royal Rumble on the last Saturday of January. My man next to me, Cody Rhodes, wrestles every single week, not only on Monday Night Raw, but at live events around this country. So I cannot think of a better person to represent where WWE is going today than Cody Rhodes.
Okay, Michael Cole, I understand we're on the campaign trail right now. Obviously, you're called a politician, which I think is bullshit because you're a hardworking guy.
Am I a politician? Because that's what was said about me. Guess who's on Fox News this morning talking politics?
Oh. Who? I didn't see it.
Your boy, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
He wasn't on Fox News. I've heard him talk politics before.
You know what? If Rock wants to run for office just to piss him off, hey, I don't know. If Rock wants to run for office seriously though, just to make him angry, maybe I'll run for office too. You know?
I think that'd be sweet.
I don't know the platform yet.
Connor's got a question for you, Cody.
Yeah, Cole kind of just laid out the career arc that you had, and not so recently you were doing like house shows, and you mentioned too, like you were hoping for. You know what? I don't care. You see this guy in the Jets jersey? That guy's been a loser his whole entire life, and he's got an American Nightmare flag. No offense, nothing against you, and he's got an American Nightmare flag, so you just know he's a loser. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. No offense. No offense. No offense. And to that point of the mark with the flag, I mean, are they mad because I get it? Are they mad because I know? Are they mad? No offense. But to that point about, going through that grind, when you were doing those house shows and gyms and, there wasn't the whoa of the entire arena that we see every single week, was this exactly what you envisioned? Like, did you know, like, hey, this is where it is? Yeah, like you knew that you had it in that moment, or was it more so like, hey, I just got to keep putting in that work and it will pay off?
I really, truly didn't have an end game. I really didn't know where it was going to go. The main thing I wanted to do was interact. Sometimes more important than the match on an independent show is the meet and greet you do before, is the pictures in the ring after. That was the first time, because I grew up in WWE. Yeah. That was the first time that it wasn't, the house lights weren't down and a spotlight on the ring. You could see every single person. And when I could see every single person, and I wrestled every independent I could possibly think of in the US and the world over, when you can see them, you can make a connection with them. And that had been the thing missing. I grew up with all this great lineage and history and experience that my dad tried to give me and all that, but really unless you cross over and connect with them, it doesn't go anywhere. It's something that I agree on with The Rock. The Rock connects with his audience. He makes a point to it. He shows you how he feels about it. And in that respect, we are similar up to that point.
Yeah, I didn't know.
Yeah, go ahead, Cole.
And Cody, you mentioned your lineage, and we may have a new audience watching here today.
Oh, that was very professional of you.
Wow.
Cole. Syracuse. They're asking him to teach classes at Syracuse again. Been 27 years.
But when you talk about the lineage, and of course your father, the late great American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. Your brother, of course, Dustin. What they've never done is what you're attempting to do Sunday. With everything that Dusty accomplished in his unbelievable career, he never held the WWE Championship. And this is what you're trying to accomplish on Sunday night. If that happens,
this is your story.
And I'm sure you've run this through your mind over the past
You got to finish your story.
If you finish the story, what's that going to feel like? Is it going to be this huge relief, like this weight is finally off your shoulders? Like what do you think is?
We boozing?
What?
Well,
having a little Wheatley vodka or whatever?
there is the Wheatley bus. We can get some back.
Well, it's on fire, but
it's okay. The vodka survived.
It's moonshine now.
To answer your question, Michael, I can't really predict what something like that would feel like because of what you said. I've never been to the end zone. You know, there's that statement, you know, when you enter any sports entertainment, hey, act like you've been there before. I haven't. And that's the whole point of getting there and getting it done, because I want to know for the first time what that feels like. I want them to know for the first time what that feels like. I want them to know. And the story about Dusty Rhodes in 1978 and holding that title, I have that title with me. Holding that title and then it being taken away because of how he won the match. That's all very much what we talk about when we talk about finishing the story. But the story that begins, if I am able to be the greatest champion that WWE has seen in decades.
Our tribal chief is who he's talking about.
Ever, probably.
That's who he's talking about.
The story that begins then is something that I would look forward to so much, because it's no secret. I mean, we should know because we're on ESPN right now on one of the most successful shows with ESPN's golden boy, Pat McAfee, here. But we should know wrestling, and you guys should take credit for this. Wrestling truly has never been this cool, ever.
Amen.
We acknowledge.
So instead of it ending, right? Instead of the story being finished, I say each and every one of us, fan, performer, competitor, analyst, commentator, we start a whole new damn story Monday night after WrestleMania, after I beat Roman Reigns and become the undisputed WWE champion.
The Raw after Mania is certainly one that the world highly anticipates every single year, because it's starting the whole new season that is 52 weeks a year. And this man has showed up for all of them.
Amen.
And that's why these people love him. We'll be going into break. We'll come back on the other side on ESPN. We'll see you then. Cheers. We're still live on YouTube and ESPN Plus, which is really the only people that matter. And I would assume the only people still watching. True. Because we didn't have speakers for the first 20 minutes of the show. People that are watching on ESPN had to turn it off. I mean, absolutely had to change the channel.
But Cody, I have a question for you, actually.
Hold on, I have a question.
Oh, okay.
Shut up, Cole.
Invited me on this
Pat
show
has
today.
A question.
I don't need to listen to your shit.
Can you wait? He has a question.
Get up there, Cole. Get up there.
Whoa.
Cole, get up there.
Get up there, Cole. Athlete, huh?
That looks very natural.
Yeah.
That looks very natural.
Yeah, wow.
Thank you.
Bet you're great at shooting hoops.
Hey, you talk about story, and obviously the story for you is about the American dream and what your father experienced and having it for only a moment and then gone, and then you work to build and come back and do this. And ever since you got back, it's been finish your story, Cody. Finish your story. Got to finish the story. Finish the story. Finish the story. Cody Rhodes has to finish the story.
Gotta finish it.
We just heard recently, like, you don't necessarily love that we all say that. Is that real? Or do you think it's just gotten hammered home too much? It's too, what do you think? Like, because Tyrese Halliburton, Indiana Pacer All-Star, when he was trying to shoot hoops to win 50 people $500 on our show, he's a massive wrestling fan, big fan of yours.
Huge.
He was literally like 15 misses in, and he was like, finish your story, Tyrese. Like, he was using it as motivation and homage to you. What is your feelings on finish your story? And is that how we should be talking about it whenever we're calling the match on Sunday?
Finish the story was something, I feel like I have this little knack for phrases that often aren't about me that catch on, like FTR, Bullet Club is fine, and then ultimately finish the story. The reason I am, I guess, irked by it, or not irked, is because last year we were saying finish the story, going into WrestleMania 39, and I don't care what you know or don't know about sports entertainment, that's a suspension of disbelief. Losing at WrestleMania 39 is the lowest of lows. It was an absolute awful feeling in the stadium, an awful moment, and that's why it's more embarrassing. So when 2K24 says, you know what, we're gonna theme our whole game after finish the story. Okay, all it does though is it puts me in this position, and obviously, guys, you can tell I might project confidence, but I'm nervous as hell. This is terrifying. We're going into this thing and we have to win. It's a must win, and when we do, then we can say we finished the story.
There we go. Okay. So we can still say the story is being wrote or written as we join back on ESPN Live from WWE World. That was professional as hell. The American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, has stuck with us past overtime because that's literally what he does every night for the WWE, which is why these people love him so much. Ty Schmidt has a question for you, Cody.
Yeah, Cody, speaking of all this, I mean, everything with the finisher story, like you kind of just alluded to it a little bit, but how do you frame it in your mind? You know, everyone, hey, finish your story, finish your story. If you were to beat Roman on Sunday night, if you were, you know, fat chance. But if you do,
What's that all about? There's no reason for that.
I'm just trying to be a realist. Okay? If you do, like, how do you, like, then the work actually begins.
Sure.
You know what I mean? It's not just like, oh, this is great, I'm happy to be here. You know, I'm a champion now. Like, then you're getting everyone's best shot. Like, how do you frame that in your mind? Like, I mean, like I said, you just alluded to it, but, like, it's not the end of something. If you know, if you're worth the salt, it's the beginning.
But he'll actually go to work after winning the championship, unlike others.
Easy.
Who are you talking about? Oh, I saw this. You gifted one of these to
That is a great question. And my mentor in the business used to say, hey, are you on WrestleMania? And you'd say yes. He said, that's great. What are you doing the next night? It truly is incredibly, and Hunter just mentioned it, the show never stops. All these new individuals who have jumped on board with WWE and new people in management, you know, with TKO, with Endeavor, Lee Fitting, all that, they're seeing how unbelievable sports entertainment and pro wrestling can be and how consistent it is. Year round, we do not stop, we continue to go. It's the best thing on the planet when it's in your blood and when you love it. No complaints at all about the schedule. For me, I would want to be a present champion on both Raw and Friday Night SmackDown.
Whoa.
I also don't love how that championship title looks.
Okay.
I don't love it. And not too long ago when I was here on the first run, I didn't like how the Intercontinental title looked, and I changed that sucker too. So there might be something there, but for me, truly, I'm not going to get, you know, cart before horse on this. We have to put it in perspective. You're saying all the things about finishing the story. WrestleMania 40 years of WWE being celebrated, but we cannot go without mentioning how good at capturing the imagination of the audience Roman Reigns has been.
Amen.
Incredible.
Amen, brother.
Incredible.
You're right.
Amen, brother.
You don't have to do that every time.
Amen, brother. That's our tribal chief.
It is.
That's our tribal chief.
He really will be looked at in a completely different sense, I think, 5-10 years from now. What he's done is amazing. I don't have to like Roman Reigns, but I absolutely respect him. And I think, and this isn't a mind game, this isn't anything like that, I'm of the thought that Roman Reigns also wants a fair fight on Sunday. I think Roman Reigns wants to prove to everybody here he can go without the help of the bloodline, without the help of the final boss. And I can tell you now, as much as I respect Roman Reigns, in a fair fight, he don't stand a chance against me. Don't stand a chance.
So, and I think Cody's point is this, and we've missed this point throughout this discussion. Tomorrow night, the main event is the biggest tag match in history, which is The Rock and Roman Reigns against Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins. There is so much riding on this match for you, Cody, because if you guys lose, then the match on Sunday versus Roman Reigns for the championship is Bloodline
Rule.
Bloodline
Rule.
Which means anything goes. And we saw what the Bloodline was capable of this past Monday night on Raw in the Bloodline Rules match.
Look at you, boy.
Seth
Look
Rollins.
at you, boy.
Yeah, he said boy a lot.
Tomorrow.
Did you think you were getting thrown over that whenever he was throwing you off your bus? There was like a time where he kind of put you up over where the ramp was. We thought potentially you were getting thrown off the ledge of the building.
Into the ravine.
Into the ravine down there.
I think the biggest fear I had was actually when we cleared and we weren't clear and he was still whipping me and still going. I actually was afraid he was going to start hitting some of the civilians in the
Well,
area.
he did get the ref the other night.
Yeah, he got our referee Spider the other night. So the final boss plays by his own rules. I'm sorry, Michael.
No, I was going to say tomorrow night's a must-win for you.
It is a must-win for me, and also we can't not mention the fact that a guy who really deserves the main event is getting his first WrestleMania main event. That being Seth freaking Rollins.
He's a visionary.
Seth Rollins last night also provided me. I was going to say, Seth also provided me shelter from the storm last night because when I was standing out in the cold with my WrestleMania boots in a photo, thinking that my whole home was just burning in front of me, he let me come on his bus and hang out for a little while.
That's very nice, Seth.
Good chemistry.
He's a visionary. He's a revolutionary. He is Seth. That's pretty cool. Every arena he goes into and does that, and then they sing. And you know what else is like? Shoot, one of the coolest things that we see every week. The
The whoa?
You know, the final boss did start drifting away from the People's Champion in his promos.
Yeah, but that's the thing. The other night people were chanting Rocky sucks, and one of the guys I looked at, he had a Rock shirt on, and he was chanting Rocky sucks. I think most people know or hope, maybe they don't know, maybe they hope that underneath the final boss is the actual People's Champion, underneath the final boss. I don't know if that's the case. Maybe he's a lost cause at this point, but right now he's the final boss, and he's standing in my way.
Hey, real quick, I don't think anything you just said is real, but the...
Whoa!
Just first thought.
Dude, he's wearing Papa Tui, dude. He's the cleanest he's ever been. There ain't nothing underneath. I mean, it is right there.
Papa Tui,
hey, this...
Yeah. Oh.
You know,
nice, huh?
Brother, I think he's selling French toast, too.
Yeah, Iron Paradise.
This is the Rolex that you also gifted to Seth freaking Rollins, I assume?
I did, yes.
That's very nice of you. This is, how often, I guess this was just, you felt obligated to do as such, to thank him for everything he's done, or to gain a little team chemistry? I know you're sleeping in his bus last night after yours burns to the floor, but why did you do this? And that's like quarterbacks in the NFL do.
Yeah.
Like, this is like a really cool team thing that you're kind of doing here.
I consider WrestleMania a bit of a holiday. I think a lot of fans, we consider it a bit of a holiday.
Oh, yeah.
There's plenty of gifts to go around. I just gave Triple H his gift. It's just a feeling.
Did you get a gift?
I just put on my wrist.
If y'all, it's just this feeling of giving back, because I think, and I said this yesterday, and it's not political, it's not a shill. This WrestleMania is solely provided by the fans changing their minds on something. The fans changed the course of WWE, and Hunter had the foresight, Nick Khan had the foresight to say, you know what? We're not going to stay the course. We're going to go that way. We're going to go with the hot hand, and they did, and that's why I don't want to let any of you down. I just want to get through this. Thank you all. My gift to you would be becoming the undisputed WWE champion.
And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. The gift that keeps on giving. The American Nightmare. Ladies and gentlemen. That's a Rolex, huh?
Woo. Yeah. On both wrists, or?
Well, for me, yeah.
Yeah.
That was insane. That was very awesome of you. Thank you so much for taking the time. We're obviously massive fans of yours, and I think that is the big separator. A lot of the people that wanted Rock Roman, it's not that they're not fans of Cody Rhodes. Their thing is just like, hey, Cody, maybe next year, huh? We got the Rock back for the first time in this entire thing. But your fans and you decided, no, I've worked my ass off for this. We have nothing but respect for that. Ladies and gentlemen, a man who come Monday could be the WWE Universal Champion of the World, the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. Being a Mark taking photos and videos. It's on camera, Cole.
Whole time.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, Mark. Yo, Mark.
Your first time on a mic?
Hey, big thanks to Cody Rhodes for staying overtime there. That was very kind of Cody Rhodes.